because I actually am a person that's classified as black. You know, I classify myself as Jew.
I see why they asked me to do this video. I see now. Kanye West is on the I'm a Jew trip. That whole Hebrew Israelite bullshit. Oh my God. Sub YouTube. I'm trying something new. I'm doing a content overhaul on my channel. And I was challenged to watch this entire interview if possible. A lot of people know that I do not particularly like either of these men. So they know I'm going to rage. So hopefully I can watch this interview without losing my absolute shit.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed for joining Piers Morgan Uncensored. This question for you, I guess, is an obvious one. What do you hope to achieve from our conversation?
That right there, being uncensored. In American media, it's very censored. It feels like an episode of Black Mirror a lot of times. So I've put myself across the line, the point of no return, saying, hey, I know they're going to say whatever they want about me. When I bring up the truth, they're going to say, you didn't get enough sleep. It's because of your health. They're going to call me names for my truth. But these experiences that I'm telling you about are factually things that I've went through.
Just because you say their truth doesn't mean they are truth. A lot of people on the internet do the same exact thing. If you can't back your truth up with actual facts, well, he's about to say that, then it's, I'll just keep.
And things that I refuse to keep going through, and things that I'm not going to let my children go through, and things that I'm not going to let my peers go through. No pun intended.
Well, look, we are most certainly uncensored on this show, yeah. And I want to give you the time and the platform to really explain yourself, because I think that sometimes sound bites about people, perhaps taken out of context sometimes, can create a very distorted view of what a person really thinks. What do you think, looking back over the last few weeks in particular, what do you think have been the biggest misconceptions about you?
Well, I think there's a left agenda to silence anyone that goes against the agenda. Let's go back to Trump running for office back in 2015. Everyone that was around me in my industry, in the entertainment industry, told me that my life would be over. I would be on the wrong side of history. I've even had threats to my life.
Those people told you that because this country literally elected a white supremacist who had white supremacist views, and he was not hiding them things.
For wearing the Trump hat, and it even ended up in, you know, destroying my family, and also making it where I have to raise my children differently, because I actually am a person that's classified as black. You know, I classify myself as Jew.
I see why they asked me to do this video. I see now. Kanye West is on the I'm a Jew trip. That whole Hebrew Israelite bullshit. Oh my God.
But a person that's classified, that had been given that title in America as black, in America, that I'm supposed to stay in a block of a vote You never heard the term white vote. So why is there a term black?
That term exists. Don't know which rock he's been living under for the last 30, 40 years of his life, but that exists. The white vote exists. You don't also while the black vote is much more, I guess you could say, focused on just because first of all, the black vote is important because there are a shitload of black people in big cities. Very important. So those votes have to be won specifically by someone. And typically I already know where he's going with the whole black vote. Why do we have to vote for nobody? You don't have to vote for anybody. I myself am independent. I voted for Barack, and after that, I have not voted Democrat or Republican for that matter since. I voted two more times after that, and not only that, locally. That is actually more important. But you don't have to. And the reason why the Democrats pander to the black vote, even though they give us nothing, because they need us. Otherwise, they're going to lose. And we're playing ourselves. So I understand where he's going with it. To some extent, we're playing ourselves. Not always. Unfortunately, we're stuck in this stupid ass box where it's like, it's the evil you know versus the evil you don't. And we already know that when the right, when the right are full of white supremacists, they don't hide it. They use dog whistles over and over and over again. And it's just blatant. Anybody who has a 5th, 6th grade comprehension, I'm going to go 8th grade comprehension, knows exactly what I'm talking about. These motherfuckers don't hide that they're white supremacists or what they believe. Therefore, a lot of black people see it and they end up, unfortunately, going straight to the blue, going to the left side. And the Democrats know that, so that's why they don't give us anything. That's why they don't have to keep their promises or even hear us out. Okay, all right. I'm already wigging out. Let's keep going.
Black vote, how is that okay? It sounds just as racist as a black drinking fountain. And
no, it doesn't.
My dad,
you're wild.
He said,
you're fucking wild.
The thing that the left fear about Ye or makes me the most dangerous is I'm rich. And that's the point. Tupac told me back in the days, you had to get your money right.
No. What the left fears is what you're doing right now. Right? You're showing your whole ass because you're not getting what you want. Right? What people like me or people who look like you specifically fear are people like you who get on from the backs of from our backs, and you climb up and you look down and you're like, you're poor. You don't mean anything to me anymore. And you continue. And you move on. And then when things are not going your way, you look back like, why didn't you support me? Why didn't you? Just keep going.
And then you go to war. So I'm going to war. I don't have endless resources. I only have like maybe, honestly, only maybe $120 million in my account. But what I'm not going to let happen is I'm not going to let my kids take over YEEZUS someday and have a boardroom telling them what to do and talking behind their back I'm not going to let that happen to my children.
I've been saying this about this man for a while. Whenever something doesn't go his way, he lashes out. This is I don't want my kids to have to deal with the boardroom talking behind their back at a company that I built. Then don't have a boardroom. Then don't have a boardroom. It's 100% you, right? Don't have a boardroom. Don't have these business people around you. Maybe I don't understand exactly where he's coming from with that, but it feels exactly like I want to have my cake and eat it too. That whole analogy. Let's just keep going. I just fuck it.
Fight right now. And the other powerful icons in black music, when they were at the top of the game, they didn't fight at that point. They were too afraid of losing whatever they had. So by the time they wanted to make a difference, by the time Bill Cosby wanted to buy NBC,
oh my God,
Cosby.
Bill Cosby wanted to buy NBC, so they pinned 100 women saying that he Spanish flied them. That I hope to God that's not where he's going.
Show at that time to be able to stand up when they wanted to literally throw him in jail, you know, where they actually.
He went there. He went there. He fucking went there. Bill Cosby has had. If Bill Cosby never did any of the heinous things that he did, that he admitted to doing himself. If Bill Cosby had never done any of the heinous stuff he's done, they would not have anything on him. And by they, the problem with this is it's always a they. They would have nothing on him to pin on him. He would have been able to buy NBC if he had the money to buy NBC. The truth of the matter is he did some heinous crap. Even if he wanted to buy NBC, he did some heinous crap. It got brought up. Finally, a comic outed him. There's a Hannibal Buress. A comic outed him. But he's not. But that wasn't the first time it got bought up. It got bought up like in the 90s too. So what's it? Okay, yeah, has nothing to do with that. I done heard somebody say, "Oh, Bill Cosby owns a oil. He has land on an oil deposit, and they want to drill on his oil deposit, and he refused to let them do it." Like, I done heard so many conspiracy theories about Bill Cosby, and the whole NBC. He tried to purchase NBC, so we're gonna pin 100 different women saying that Bill Cosby did this. Now, originally, when I saw those women, I was like, "Oh, these are white women. There's no way in hell they didn't just snitch on." Because Bill Cosby's black, they'd have hung him if they snitched and told on him. But it didn't make sense. But 100 women don't come out of nowhere, and then not only that, like, all have the same exact like stories. None of them have connections with each other. Bill is just a heinous person. Leave it at that.
He did throw him in jail.
R. Kelly too. Let's keep going.
So people have to understand just the bravery. There's so many people everywhere. I know everyone can relate to being afraid to say what you're going to feel because you feel like you're going to lose something. So
people who are afraid of talking nowadays, to me, are just weak. Because these are the same people that back in the day would just say what was on their mind. But because now there's consequences of saying stuff, they don't want to say it. Like, they don't have enough conviction. They don't have enough, convention to stand on it. They don't have enough balls to stand on it. They don't have enough guts to stand on what they believe. You know what I'm saying? You could say something, but if it's not backed by facts, or there's no at least not if it's not factual or backed by facts or backed by valid information, what you are saying is leaving you open to be critiqued and all types of stuff, especially if it's some hateful shit. You are weak if you cannot say what you mean and say it. Now, a lot of people like say it. A lot of here's the real problem. Here's the real problem. People say something and they don't. They say something. They get challenged on it. They themselves know that they don't. It's not backed by facts, or it can be contested. And instead of saying, okay, I hear you, I'm gonna read up on it. No, they fight it. They fight it, and they'll like double down while they're wrong. That's a part of why it's a problem. And a lot of people don't want to admit that, but that's the real reason. It's never the initial thought. It's never the initial thought. It's the same thing with like what happened with the baby. If he had never doubled down, he'd have been fucking fine. But now look at him. He's thinking that, oh, I got blackballed because I said that stop sucking in parking lots. No, we know who you were talking about. And because we knew what you were talking about, we challenged you on it. And instead of just listening, this motherfucker, you double down. So now you're reaping the consequences of your double down. It's the initial saying is never really ever the problem. It's the double down. It's the fighting when you know you're wrong, or the inability to take accountability.
So whether you agree with me or not, I believe people are going to feel the fact that someone is brave enough to say something. Every day I do 5 things that people have been historically killed for. Every day. And it's just, I want to prove, first of all, I am Jew also. The 12 lost tribes of Hebrew. Do the math. Do your research on it. We have got our culture ripped from us and then told we were just simply.
The people who believe that they are this special Hebrew Israelite, 12 tribes of Judah, are the same people who say, oh, we're also aboriginal to America. Completely wiping out Native American history. Right? Completely wiping out actual Native American history. The truth is, you are ashamed of what happened to us. The truth is, you you bought in to the narrative that our people, while they were being beat, raped, and all types of stuff, that they were just submissive the entire time. You're buying into the fact that you think we were weak people, that we were losers. That's what you're buying into. Like, what happened to us because we got disconnected from the continent where we're actually from. We're not Jewish. None of us are fucking Jewish. None of us. Unless you're a black Jew who they converted or you're like half like Drake or something along them lines. No, you are not Jewish. You are an African American. Your people were enslaved. They were brought the fuck over here. And the reason why you have oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm with these rants. Stop being ashamed of being just African. West African. Stop being ashamed of that shit. That's the reason why so many of us believe that dumb shit. God damn.
Void of color, which is another definition for black. But if we knew we were a culture and
I'm an artist. If you take all the colors, every single color, all the colors in its purest form, and you drop them into, we're talking about cyan, blue, yellow. You drop them, that also creates black. It's not void of color. Especially on a pigment state.
knew we were a people,
oh
the way the Jewish people know, then we wouldn't abort ourselves. We wouldn't shoot each other dead in the streets and then rap about it. We wouldn't brag about having sex with each other's wives. We would keep our families together, and we would do business together.
Kanye was a billionaire. Reportedly not a billionaire anymore. You can do business. You have the resources to do the exact thing you're talking about. Not only that, when black men start talking about black women aborting babies, I always cringe. I was in the foster care. How many of you are mentors or taking care of foster kids or orphans? How many of you are doing that? If you're not doing it, you should shut your mouth. Like, and I'm not talking about, oh, you're donating your money to orphanages or no. How are you taking your time out of your day to be a community leader, a mentor, a black man to I'm not talking about examples now, to be a person that's someone who doesn't have a mother or father, who are in foster care, or who are an orphan, who are just motherless or parentless in general? Are you going out of your way to help these people? If you're not, you should shut up. You should shut up. Because a lot of those aborted babies would end up in the same place. And it would just end up with you saying the same exact thing, not actually helping these people. Because they're already a hell of a lot. Ooh, this is making me so angry. So many fucking kids don't have homes that live with abusive foster care systems, who live in group homes that are basically just fucking prisons. And you come out of your mouth caring about the black babies being aborted, but you not helping the black babies who are already fucking here. Ooh, you motherfucker. Oh, you motherfucker. Ooh. Oh my God. Why are we like this? Why?